GLS Solicitors is led by award-winning solicitor Harjap Singh Bhangal. GLS Solicitors, when the experts need an expert.
फेक वीडियो तो बचो, फेक तो बचो। मेरे कुछ अटेंशन ले आया गया कि मेरियां ही कुछ वीडियो बदलू के डेटा चेंज करके कुछ अकाउंट बना रहे हैं लाइक्स एंड व्यूज़ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਅਕਾਊਂਟਾਂ 'ਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਂ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ, ਉਹ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਹੀ ਨੰਬਰ RJ 180 ਕੋਈ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੁੱਠੇ ਸਿੱਧੇ ਅੱਖਰ ਜੋ ਲੈਟਰਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਰਕੂਲੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ। ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ, ਮੇਰਾ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਅਕਾਊਂਟ ਆ ਟਿਕਟੌਕ 'ਤੇ, ਮੇਰਾ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਅਕਾਊਂਟ ਆ ਇੰਸਟਾਗ੍ਰਾਮ 'ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਜੀ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਅਕਾਊਂਟ ਆ YouTube 'ਤੇ। ਆਹ ਦੇਖੋ ਸਾਰੀ ਡਿਟੇਲਸ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਤਾਂ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਅਕਾਊਂਟਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਜੋ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਮੇਰੇ 'ਤੇ, ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਬਾਕੀ ਜੋ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਫੇਕ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਜਾਂ ਕੀ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਜੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ। ਔਰ ਆਪਣਾ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਅਕਲ ਵਰਤ ਲਿਆ ਕਰੋ। ਜੋ ਦੇਖ ਲਿਆ ਹੁੰਦੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇਖੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦਾ ਗਿਆ ਕਮੈਂਟ, ਲੋਕ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸਲੀ ਮੰਨੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ। ਨਾਲੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੈਰਾਨ ਆ, ਹਾਲੇ ਕਿ ਅਸਲੀ ਅਕਾਊਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੋਲੋ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ। ਸੋ ਔਰ ਅਸਲੀ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਖੋਲੂੰਗਾ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ। ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਅਕਾਊਂਟਸ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਫੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਚੋ, ਫੇਕ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਚੋ। ਜੇ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣੀ ਆ ਦਫ਼ਤਰ ਆ ਜਾਓ, ਜਾਂ ਸਾਡਾ TV ਸ਼ੋਅ ਆਉਂਦਾ YouTube 'ਤੇ MA TV ਸਕਾਈ ਚੈਨਲ 709 'ਤੇ ਹਰ ਫਰਾਈਡੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ। ਸਾਰੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਜੋ ਅਸਲੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ। ਪਿਛਲੇ 17-18 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਹਰ ਫਰਾਈਡੇ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਕਰਦਾ YouTube 'ਤੇ TV 'ਤੇ, ਸਕਾਈ ਵਾਲੇ TV 'ਤੇ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਸਲੀ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਅਸਲੀ ਅਕਾਊਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰੋ, ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗਲਤ ਅਕਾਊਂਟ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚੋ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗਲਤ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਐਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਆਹ ਹਰਜਾਪ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ 'ਚ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸੀ। ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਛ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਫੇਕ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਆ। ਤਾਂ ਆਹ ਦੇਖੋ, ਆਹ ਅਸਲੀ ਆ ਹੈ। ਹਾਂ, ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਆ।
Bhangal. Harjap Singh Bhangal, a distinguished immigration solicitor with over 2 decades of experience, is renowned as an immigration guru by the BBC since 2002. He was honoured as a UK Immigration and Nationality Lawyer of the Year 2017 by the Finance Monthly magazine. Harjap, you have the ears of the House.
Thank you. We're here to talk about British identity and colonialism. So a few definitions. Prior to 1914, British Empire exercised authority over 1/5 of the world's population and half of the globe. Half of the globe. Remember, what's colonialism? It isn't like conquering. Conquering, you go there, attack a few people, take a few things, come back. Colonialism is the exporting of British values, of the religion, of the economics, of the government, of your laws to other people and imposing it on them and having them accept it. That's what colonialism is. That's much more different from the narrative that we hear about we went over there, took a bit of money, come back. That's not what happened. It was an imposition of all of British values on other people who didn't go out looking for the British. No, they didn't. Nobody was looking for the British. The British sent the ships, sailed out looking for these countries, as my friend Trevor Noah says, turning up on their shores saying, hello, we're British. We own this place now. You have to believe in our God. We're going to build churches. These are your laws. And we're just befuddled foreigners saying, what is going on? This is exactly what happened. And this is what colonialism is. It didn't just rule the world politically, it extracted enormous wealth from it. I'll give you an example. So Britain drained an estimated 45 trillion worth of wealth just from India between 1765 and 1938 under colonial rule. Britain colonized so much that to this day, 62 countries around the world celebrate Independence Day from Britain. That's one every 6 days. One country every 6 days celebrates its independence from Britain. Yeah, and these include, and you'll be fascinated to know, our friend from the United States, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Pakistan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka. But we didn't stop there. Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, couldn't handle it there. Jamaica, Singapore, Zimbabwe, even a small island called Belize near the USA. That's the countries that celebrate. Belize, 1981, celebrate Independence Day. Right, for generations, British power, prestige, and influence were built through the empire. Not only through India, not only for Africa, other parts of the world. Colonial rule, this is not an accident of British history. It's one of the forces that shaped it. It shapes British history. So we have to ask, can we truly separate British identity from the colonial system? Because British Empire shaped Britain's wealth, global influence, and political power for centuries till today. Till today, Britain still feeds off that wealth, off the power, off the influence it has. And this is a colonial system built on domination, control, and the suppression of dissent. We can't ignore this reality. After these countries all got independence, we couldn't handle it. We couldn't just say, right, you can do your own thing, or, you know, that's it, you've got nothing to do with us, we'll leave you alone now. We had to create something called a Commonwealth. And who's at the head of that Commonwealth? Our king. Not the Prime Minister of India, who are more militarily powerful than us. It's not the strongest. No, it's the traditional, the man who ran the empire, the throne that ran the empire, to this day, head of the Commonwealth. Might be a force for good. What does that symbolize, though? What does that symbolize? Right, where does the British identity come into it? I'll tell you where it comes into it. The whole British identity and the whole British system and how British Empire ran was something called divide and rule. Divide and rule. British authorities often governed through a strategy commonly known as divide and rule. Deepened political and religious divisions between communities, something which we're seeing today in the UK, in Great Britain. Same tactics that they used elsewhere. As a result of this, the rushed partition of countries, largest migrations in human history, wherever the British Empire went or wherever they left chaos. Ireland, divided. Palestine, chaos. Germany, east and west, done. Look, all right, that was a long time ago. What about now? What about now? The partition of Sudan into two separate nations, the Republic of Sudan North, Republic of Sudan South. In 2011, heavily influenced by policies implemented during the British-Egyptian condominium period, 1899 to 1956. The British administration, which held de facto control, treated the North and South as distinct regions, neglecting the South while developing the North, effectively creating a two-Sudan system with a single administrative unit. The legacy of British divide and rule strategy is thus considered a foundation factor in an eventual and violent split of the country. Let's talk about modern day then. But that's long ago. That's 2011. A 2020 YouGov survey found that 33% of British people thought their former colonies were better off for having been colonised. 33%. With 32% viewing the empire as a source of pride rather than shame. This is an empire that wiped out the Tasmanians, wiped out the Aborigines from thousands to 100, let 3 million people starve in a Bengal famine.
This is also an empire that built Hong Kong from a small village to a vibrant city.
That excuses a genocide of millions. An airport. I'll let them know when they're building
Please allow
the
the
next
speaker to
terminal
make
at
their
Heathrow.
speech. Thank you.
Additionally, 34%. Additionally,
Order.
this is in addition to the 33 and the 32%. Additionally, 34% said they would like it if Britain still had an empire. 34%. And about 30% expressed nostalgia for the imperial era. That's the facts. This is YouGov poll 2020.
Point of information. On the 2001 census in England and Wales, 390,000 British people identified as being members of the Jedi religion. So perhaps you speak very negatively about the British Empire. I have no objections to that history. But if we are talking about today and a genuine remnant of British identity today that manifests itself as part of the empire, I'm not sure 30% of people make this vague historical or grievous claim. It's really a clinching argument.
May the force be with you, sir. If we're talking about empires, Britain puts its nose in, is still putting its nose in anywhere and everywhere. If we're trying to say that Britain is a defensive nation now, we're minding our own business, as of March 2026, Britain has 145 military sites across 42 countries. That's not the sign of someone who's defensive. That's the sign of someone protecting an empire. The only person who probably have more are the Americans, who probably have a bigger empire to protect. Let me tell you where these bases are. Cyprus, Germany, 4 sites in Germany, Norway, Estonia, Lithuania, Czech Republic, Oman, Saudi Arabia, I wonder what they're doing there, Bahrain, Qatar, Iraq, Israel, Kenya, Djibouti, Malawi, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Somalia, Brunei, Singapore, Nepal, Australia, United States. They've still got 700 people in the US. Yeah, there we go. So, my other modern day to this day, two aspects, I'll point out examples of how colonialism still influences British identity. Each year, Britain unveils its honours list with a ceremony and self-congratulations. OBEs, MBEs, CBEs are framed as benign acknowledgements of service, culture, or contribution. i.e., if you've done something good for your life, you can be nominated for an award, for an honour from the King. It will be called an OBE, an MBE, or CBE. What do they stand for? Order of the British Empire. Or, if you really want, you can become a member of the British Empire. And if you're really good, we might even make you a commander of the British Empire. Yeah? What do they mean? What is it? These honours are impossible to detach from their origins, just by their name. How can you detach them? They're not neutral awards. They're symbolic continuations of the empire, hierarchy, and racialised power. At the centre of this system is the order of the British Empire. This name is explicit. It's not a metaphor, the empire. It's not nostalgia, and it's not accident. It's an organising principle established in 1917 at the height of imperial expansion. It was designed to consolidate loyalty to the crown and to the state and to the empire.
Points of information.
Not having them. Right. Long after formal decolonisation, this symbolic architecture remains untouched. It remains untouched. This contradiction is particularly acute. So British imperialism exists to this day. If I want to achieve something which perhaps your fathers have, or somebody, my peer, has achieved in his field, and they've got 3 letters after their name, I have to be nominated and accept an award in the name of a British Empire. That award which opens doors, many people who have that award later become politicians, work in central government, get into the House of Lords. I'm not wrong there. We know that, OBEs, MBEs. But in order for me to do it, I have to bow down and say, yeah, I want to become a member of this regime, which people claim is defunct, but it's still continuing. It's going to happen in the summer. It's going to happen in January, right? So I have to do that. Yeah. It's not, and that doesn't mean I explicitly, it's not just about recognition. It's allowing your labour, your artistry, your activism to be folded back into a system that denied humanity altogether. That is still in. 2,000 to 2,700 people receive this honours every year. And they're published in 2 main lists. You know that. So, let's go to something else. And a point personal to myself, personal to Jasprit, personal to Narinder. We are Sikhs. We fought for this country in 2 world wars. Our ancestors did. It wasn't our war. Didn't come to us. We still fought for the British. That's despite being Indians, despite being ruled, despite being massacred at the Jallianwala Bagh, where our kids were thrown into wells, shot point blank for wanting independence from the British Empire. We ignored all of that. We still fought for the British. Our crown, our empire, because we had a king, was systematically, at the behest of the British, destroyed. Our heir, who was only 10 years old, was separated from his mother, Maharaja Dalip Singh, at the age of 10. A treaty was signed. He was forced to give over his land and something called a Kohinoor diamond, which sits where? In the crown jewels in the Tower of London. Sits there till this day. A 10-year-old kid. A 10-year-old, you know what? Some people would call that grooming. So, some people would call that grooming. Pull this kid over. You want to see your mum again? You can't. You got to give us this diamond and all your land. Little scared kid. Okay. Kept him in this country. Anglicized him. And he's now buried up against a wall somewhere. Didn't even let him die in his country. When he realized what he had done when he grew up, and he tried to get it back, I literally just slapped him back into place and said, sit down. And that's exactly what happened. That's the tragedy of Maharaja Dalip Singh, whose daughter came on to be a suffragette, Sophia Dalip Singh, and was very active.
Please stop concluding.
Where is that Kohinoor? There. The throne of our Sikh empire sits in the V&A. It's in the V&A. Why are the British showing off our throne? Why haven't they handed it back? If they love us Sikhs so much, what are we told? You Sikhs are all right. You're all right. It's not you lot, it's the Muslims. Yeah? Why you got our throne then? Why did you kidnap our kid? Why have you taken the jewel and put it in your crown jewels? Is that not a colonial mindset? That till this day, that is colonial mindset, and that's how it's imprinted into British identity.
Please start to conclude.
Yes. Yes. Well, you're...
Please allow the speaker to finish his speech.
Britain is more than free to give it back to the Afghans, not keep it themselves in King Charles's crown. Yeah.
No back and forth, please. Right. Thank you. Please allow the speaker to conclude.
To finish off, we want our country back. Go home. Remigration. Holding a British passport does not make you British. Alka started off by saying she sees 3 Indian women. I don't. I see 3 British women. I don't see 3 Indian women. Holding a British... And my favourite, if a dog is born in a stable, it does not make it a horse. That's what we get told. If a dog is born in a stable, it does not make it a horse. These are comments from 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And I will tell you something else. The 2024 August, a list of immigration lawyers was doxed to the far right, who organised a protest. I was on that list. I was interviewed by Sky News. Sky News was sitting in my office when we had a threat of far right. Because of that, the police had to protect us. Why? Because I helped Iranians and Iraqis, you know, who are fleeing persecution. Where is a ship sailing to at this moment? Iran. What are we doing? Meddling. Iranians didn't fire the first bomb in this. This is America's war.
Please conclude your speech.
We are still meddling. That's the colonial mindset. And a lot of people are backing this war and saying, let's go to war. Let's do this. Yes, Britain, let's do it. We create the problem. We displace 3 million people. We profit from the sale of arms to both sides and feed our children with the proceeds of that profit. Yet when those people we've displaced come to our help, we don't want them here. They don't want to assimilate. They don't want to be, we don't want their culture. They don't learn our culture. They don't learn our language. They're not like us. They don't want to be one of us. They're coming here and invading and taking over. Well, that sounds all British to me.
GLS Solicitors is led by award-winning solicitor Harjap Singh Bhangal. GLS Solicitors, when the experts need an expert.